May I ask for one final thing? Was this anime overhyped? I think so. It's my least favorite I have watched so far. One that I have to say I think is quite boring. And the fact I'm in my binge time where I'm like binging a lot of animes, this one made me stop a couple times. Like I just wasn't interested to watch it. I didn't want to continue, but I did. I finished it. I made it through. But did I want to? Not really. Did I want to drop it at episode 6? Yes. What kept me watching? I saw some clips here and there from TikTok that made me want to watch it. So I was like, where are these scenes? Maybe it gets better at the end, because right now this is a snooze, right? So I'm like trying to figure out where the hell are the good scenes at. Even when some of them did appear in the beginning, they were anticlimactic. It just felt like, hey, let's plop this interesting scene right here, but yet no follow-up, no proper transition, no backstory. It just felt like, hey, let's put this cool fight scene here, as if that's just supposed to make it better, and it doesn't. So I'm not sure the manga's any better if it was read, or maybe the anime, just the editors and how it was put together. Maybe that's what is causing the issue with this one, or just in general, that's just how this is. I don't know. But I guess a little backstory, it's pretty much about Scarlet, who is obsessed with fighting, which I would totally understand if we had backstory into it, except for just one incident that we see of her as a kid beating up somebody else, and then her brother being all like frantic about, I don't want my sweet little sister being compared to this brute kind of image. That's all we get. We have no backstories. We get like small little things here and there about always being a fighter, having a teacher possibly. Didn't even know that. We didn't even see that at all. Don't even know how she got into it, why she loves being in fights. It's not something you're just born doing. No offense. Like, you don't just come out the womb being like, hey, I just want to beat the crap out of everybody. I honestly went into this thinking it was an isekai, but it's not. Scarlet is from this universe. It's actually the villain of the whole entire anime that is from another world, and she gets isekai'd into this world with this goddess's goal of her taking her place on Earth in order to take the gifts away from people, because basically this goddess is so jealous and she wants these people to not have the gifts of this other god. Kind of sounds weird, but once again, we don't even have a backstory on that. And then we get Prince Julius, who obviously is the male lead for this show. I feel like we don't even get a backstory on him either, knowing how long has he liked her. He makes it sound like that from this one scene where he says like, oh no, talk to me when you felt the same way for her after 10 years. And it's like, okay, so you liked her for 10 years. Once again, we have no backstory of you liking her. We know you saw her as a kid, but that's just about it. There's no descriptions, no confessions that we see, even though she doesn't know it yet. It just seems a little ironic that she keeps on falling for him and his teasing and things he says, and it's like, girl, are you that easy? You seem not easy with everybody else, but now you're that easy with this guy. It doesn't seem believable for that. With the other guy, Alfred, I think I might be saying his name wrong, the dragon dude, but yeah, the dragon dude, that guy, he has more chemistry with her than Julius does. Literally, not just because like he is annoying with himself, how he's like over fight kind of type of thing. They do go into describing their country, I guess, or like wherever they're from. It kind of just has this thing of the toughest person comes on top and they're the rulers. So I kind of understand where his mentality comes from of like fight because the strongest person gets on top. The fact that he likes her for her fighting is acceptable to me. What he values from where he's from. She would be perfect for him, perfect for where he's from. He spends a lot of time fighting monsters. That's something she would enjoy to do, even though at one point she goes like, oh, I like beating like aristocrats better than monsters. She seems to still have enjoyed it at some point. So like something that she would like to do. There was more of instances of where there was a concern she had for him, and she would look for him and like be surprised with the stuff that he does. That's more romantic growing than what she had going on with Julius. That just seemed forced and out of place. Even at the point of where Julius gets shot, she's a little too angry about it from a standpoint of where it's too early in their starting relationship of feelings, I guess. She just generally just seems more annoyed by him, which I know a lot of people can say is like, oh, but that's how love develops. Sometimes the enemy to lovers thing. But would that not be better for the dragon dude? Why is there a dragon theme lately that I'm starting to notice? In this situation, I have to say a lot of things don't make sense. The transitions from one scene to another, one instance to another, from one time period to another, it's a lot of jumps. I don't know if that's how it is in the manga and they're just going along with it, or the animators did that. Maybe they were cutting things out that probably need to stay in. So if anybody has read the manga and can compare the two things, let me know if that's the case. If not, then that's a little bit poor structure of the storyline. And I'm afraid to say there's almost no characters that profoundly stood out to me who I would have to say I liked. Not the saint, not the gods, even her brother Leo. No one really stood out that would make me go, oh, I kind of like this anime for this character. Basically, that's what kept me around. Like, no, because okay, I'm gonna be very honest. I really thought that the isekai was Scarlet, right? That she was probably some professional boxer or MMA fighter, was isekai'd into this other world, and that's why she loves fighting, because that's just what she did in her other life, and she loves doing that. She loves beating the crap out of people, and it just doesn't make sense that this is what she loves to do in this world, and this is her world. She's not isekai'd into this world, but the storyline would have been better if that was the case. It also does not make sense that she becomes so docile when it comes to, oh, she's engaged to Prince Kyle. She doesn't beat him up from all the things that he's saying because of her family, the kingdom, and all this stuff. At the end, she still beats up every single person, hits everybody who's some kind of political figure or influence. It doesn't make sense that you wait to that point to do that because your engagement is called off, but meanwhile you're saying it can't be called off because of him. It doesn't make sense. None of it does. It just kind of feels like forced to have action, to have humor. There's a lot of talking in it that is unnecessary. It's kind of one of those stories that I feel like if you want to watch it because you're bored, go ahead. Does it deserve a high rating? Not at all. I think most people like it just because she's a female who's fighting and beating up people and she doesn't look for no one to protect her. That's okay if that's why you like it. Totally fine. I'm more of a storyline person. I want the depth. I want the transitions. I want the character development. None of that is in here. The transitions are horrible. The imagery is horrible. It looks just very copy paste, which a lot of them are. I get it. A lot of animes are like that, but still, they can do it in ways that don't make it feel that way. I guess the only thing I can say I thought was somewhat okay was Julius and Leo's relationship. The fact that Leo always gets some kind of stomach upset because of his sister Scarlet. Julius just finds it extremely hysterical. So I kind of found that to be a little bit funny to see every time like Scarlet does something, Julius's thing is to look at Leo to see if he's gonna react in that moment because he finds it hysterical. Was the ending even good? No. My opinion. Sorry if you think differently. If there's a season 2, I'm not watching it.